What does WeAre8 mean for governments? It means a lot. Firstly, government's role is to protect the people. So number one, through our AI engine that eliminates toxic content and the fact you can't be anonymous on aid, it means that people are protected. So people are inspired by amazing content, they're seeing everyone they love, and toxic content is eliminated. So first, governments, your people are protected. The second thing, and this is just so critical for every government, there needs to be economic support. Every government is trying to get more money back to the people. How do we do that at WeAre8? Well, not just by valuing people. Every time they watch an ad on WeAre8, money is dropped into their central wallet. That means today, every ad on the other platforms are going into the hands of a few billionaires. On WeAre8, 50% of every dollar is shared with the people that spend their valuable time watching the ads. 5% goes to non-profits and planet projects, so that supports them in a really healthy, economically viable way. And 5% goes to a creator and community fund. We've envisioned that, so ultimately 1% of the money coming from the advertisers is going to go to a teacher's fund. Another 1% is going to a nurse's fund. Because let's face it, big tech today is not valuing the people, they're harming the people, harming our society, and they're not sharing the economics. Because they make more money when people keep scrolling. And they send us harmful content because that keeps us addicted. And when we scroll, they can serve more ads to us. So this, all the governments around the world, is about safety, and it's about economic liberation and economic freedom and economic constructs that support us. Now, the tech companies are not paying enough tax. They're not paying tax often at all in the countries in which they operate. And we ensure that the money from the advertisers in each of those countries goes back to the people. So imagine this. In a market like the US, 170 million people on TikTok, 170 million people, and all of that money is going back out of the country to the owners of TikTok. Now imagine 170 million citizens on 8 in the US. That means that everyone here is protected. There are no toxic comments, no toxic content, and they're seeing everyone they're following, and they're able to link back out to the websites. So that means that 170 million people are protected. Now imagine for a minute that we have 10 billion a month in ad revenue coming back to the people. That's 5 billion a month that's coming back to 170 million people. What's critical about that is incremental money. There was a stat in the US, the Fed Reserve came out with around 37% of all Americans cannot find $400 in an emergency. And yet each of us is worth between $200 and $400 a year to Instagram alone. Not only do people reclaim their value on aid and are safe and protected, but every day money pumps back into their account. We get $1 a day back into the wallets of 170 million citizens. That eliminates that stat. So for you, government, your people are safe, the creator community thrives, incremental money comes from the advertisers, all of the advertisers, about $500 billion a year in ad spend, back to your people, non-profits, planet projects, creator communities, and constructs that we can create together. All of this has been built. This is the reality for 2025. Boom! Economic liberation for the people, right here, right now, on WeAre8.